So next type of requisition we're going to take a look at. If you do get any questions on that, you can either throw something on the chat or the just ask. Okay, okay, and so that's just ask away. Next thing we're going to take a look at is travel requisitions. Okay, so that's travel requisitions. We have a specific screen which you use to raise requisitions for them. You can use a normal requisition screen, but then you have to wait till it gets all fully approved before you get a purchase order number. And that can take some time. And during that time, the prices may change, or the availability of the travel may change. So what we do is there's a specific screen that when you save your requisition, it'll allocate you a purchase order number. Okay. And that purchase order number is the one which you can quote to the travel supplier to go ahead and make your travel booking. So our travel supplier is Selective Travel Management. So that's the one we use. Whenever you contact them, they'll quote you kind of, the prices of the travel, kind of, and then you raise a requisition to get the order number so you can confirm the booking. The Selected Travel, unless you give them a purchase order number, they won't go ahead with the travel. Transaction fees or airport tax. So whenever you enter your requisition, you'll enter the details of the travel, but you also have to enter a transaction fee. We get charged by Selective Travel Management kind of every time we make a booking. So we have to you will get charged a transaction fee. Now there's a specific web page which I'm going to go to regarding travel requisitions with a bit more information. And there's two options of contacting the travel suppliers. You can either phone or email them, or they have an online booking tool as well, where you can use it to book travel. But once again, unless you have a purchase order number, you won't get too far. So that's so. And for all our travel, so that for when we use Selected Travel Management, the good receipt notes are not required. The system will automatically do a good receipt note for you. So that way, when the invoice comes in, it'll just be able to be processed. So maybe the reason for this is most people can, when they book travel, they book it for maybe next September if we're lucky. So that's so they might not do the good receipt note until the actual travel, but we pay up front for the actual travel. So that's why we kind of have to we automatically do a good receipt note for these type of purchase orders. Okay, I'll go to the our Aggresso web page for the university. On here, we've got online manuals for everything kind of going over this morning. There's an online manual. So this is a purchasing officer user manual, which we're going over for the process. So, requisition approval, travel requisitions, and within here, there's a web page. So it tells you a wee bit more kind of information. There's a university travel policy if we need to take a look at it. So that's and there's our travel supplier. So you've got two options: either contacting the traveling directly or online self-booking tool. Either way, you need to raise a requisition. You can't get around it. Okay. So I'm just going to go contact the travel agent directly to book your travel. Gives you a bit more information about what you need to do. So that's if you kind of have as many details as for the person you're going to be booking for, email address, order number, things like that. One thing that's quite handy for is any changes to the travel. If they've got if you supply them an email address and a phone number, if there's any changes to that travel, that person will also get informed. If you just kind of give them your details, when there's ever any changes to that travel, you'll get all the messages, which is kind of not too handy. If someone's flying out first thing on a Monday morning and kind of they send you an email on Saturday to tell you your flights have been put forward, and the person has to arrives at the airport on a Monday morning, realize they've missed their flight because their flight was moved forward. So that's kind of good wee idea, you know, if you've got these type of details to give them to the travel supplier. So here it tells you, you know, there's instructions here on how to raise requisitions for your travel. So what I'll do is I will go down and back into Aggresso, and I'll go into the travel requisition screen. Oh, I didn't open it, did I? I didn't. Okay. So within procurement, you have an option here, requisitions allocate PO number. Click on that. It's the same sort of screen which you use to raise normal requisitions. The only difference is when you go to save it, you get a purchase order number allocated to it. So the moment you don't have a requisition number, the supplier we're looking for, you can search for it. Selective, if I can spell it, selective. Click on search. And here we've got selective travel management. And you can see there, they're calling them auto GRN, which means we don't. And they're also an approved supplier. Sorry, we have a contract with supplier, not an approved supplier. We have a contract with them. So that's, so there's a status, active, requisitioner, external reference here. Be a good idea to put in the name of the person who's actually going to be doing the travel. So I'll put in, I'm ordering some travel for Joe Blogs. And conference, and a message for whoever's approving. I'll put conference in London, Aggresso. Sub-project, I just put in which sub-project is going to charge for this. Invoice address is set up. Delivery address. Once you get to know your delivery address, you can just type them in. Okay. And you see here this additional info. It says this relates to the invoice order received 20T24. This means the purchase order will not be sent out to that supplier. Okay. Selective travel don't want to receive purchase orders. They just want you to quote an order number to you. Click on add, and then okay, I'll go search for a travel product code. Type in travel. So that's I'll type in air travel UK only. And then I'll say, you know, return flights to London. And I can put more details in there, you know, 2nd September. Ian, oops. Joe Blogs. Aggresso conference. Okay. Quantity, just one flight is required. Price, I put in £85. Okay, so that's me put in the travel details. You know, if you had to add in an extra line for a hotel booking, you could do that. You have to add an extra line then for rail travel, you would do that as well, okay? Even if you're doing hotel and bookings or rail travel, you can just come and do these through selective travel as well. Now, the one thing which you'll need to do is when raising a requisition, you need to add transaction fee. Yeah, okay, it tells you what the product code is there, TRA2D. So that's and then kind of, you know, we've got the actual product, the transaction fee. So we'll check selective transaction fees. Yeah, okay. So you've got two types of fee, offline or online. So if you're booking using their online booking tool, it's just a flat fee of £5 for any service booked. So, you know, if you book kind of 3 flights, a hotel, and some rail travel, it'd just be £5. Okay. And if you're contacting them directly, there's various different charges. Okay. And the only charge you would do is that would be one charge. Okay, you know, it says there low cost airline and a hotel, okay, and things like that. What you just do is you choose the highest charge, and you get charged there the once. Okay, there's no need, you wouldn't charge, okay, you know, hotel booking and also flight booking. Okay, that's all kind of put into just a one charge. Booking a hotel and adding a car to the booking, so that's okay. So there's kind of, you know, flying within Europe, adding car and hotels to the booking, so there's a £10 charge. So they've got all these charges set up for us. Okay, so it's £7. So that's what I just do there. Click on add. I could search for the code. I know it's a transaction fee, so I've just typed in the word transaction. There it is, transaction fee. I could have just typed in these codes. It's just one, and it was £7. Okay, and there's our requisition put on the system. Okay, and go, right, that's the travel I need to book. I'll now go ahead and save this. And when you save it, not only do you get a requisition number, it allocates a reserve as a purchase order number. And that's the order number. Once it gets fully approved, that's the order number it will kind of convert to. Okay. If you don't write it down, it'll show you now. You can see there the requisition number and the allocated order number.